Welcome to the Office of Planning and Environmental Analysis overview. First, I'll start with our organization chart. OPEA is located within the Office of Legal Affairs and is managed by Kathy Schievelbein, Chief and Supervising Environmental Planner. Working under Kathy, there are 2 levels of environmental planners, 1 Staff Services Analyst and 1 Seasonal Clerk. Candace Hill, John Mearshite, Gunther Moscat, Kim Hudson, and Laura Koweski are Senior Environmental Planners with lead roles. Candace oversees the day-to-day review and approval of CEQA documents prepared by program staff. Kim provides oversight and technical expertise on environmental impact reports. John is the senior over regulation development and handles all types of projects. He also serves as backup to Candace. Gunther oversees CEQA consultation and training, and Laura is the lead over training development. Nancy Ritter and Cheryl Mahoney are Associate Environmental Planners responsible for reviewing CEQA documents submitted by program staff. Jackie Buttle is our unit's Staff Services Analyst and manages DTSC's regulations according to the Administrative Procedure Act. And Nikki Barnes serves as our support staff. Now let's turn to OPEA's basic function, providing technical support to permitting and site cleanup staff. You may be wondering, what is the California Environmental Quality Act, or CEQA, and why is it important to DTSC? First of all, the California Environmental Quality Act, or CEQA, was signed into law in 1970, just a short time after the federal National Environmental Policy Act and the first Earth Day celebration. CEQA is found within the Public Resources Code. CEQA's implementing regulations are referred to as the guidelines. You'll find them in the California Code of Regulations. CEQA is a comprehensive environmental statute, and it's not limited only to air, water, and solid waste, but also applies to other resources such as aesthetics, cultural resources, and other environmental media, 17 in all. CEQA is basically a public disclosure and participation law. It requires that public agencies intending to carry out or approve a project must evaluate and disclose to the public the potentially significant impacts of that project. CEQA also includes a public involvement component. CEQA applies to discretionary activities proposed to be carried out or approved by California public agencies. For DTSC, this includes permits, cleanups, and regulations, to name a few. The basic purposes of CEQA are to inform governmental decision makers and the public about the potential significant environmental effects of proposed project activities, to identify the ways that environmental damage can be avoided or significantly reduced. For example, requiring that a site cleanup project within a bird habitat area be conducted outside the bird breeding season, to prevent significant avoidable damage to the environment by requiring changes in projects through the use of feasible alternatives or mitigation measures, for example, placing limits on hazardous waste facility operations in order to reduce the effects on air quality to local residents living near the facility, and to disclose to the public the reasons why a governmental agency approved a project when significant environmental effects are involved. For example, sometimes a project can be approved even when significant effects are present due to a social, economic, or another project benefit that outweighs the significant environmental effects. This may happen when a cleanup needs to be carried out, and then, after applying all available mitigations to reduce diesel truck emissions, control dust, and lengthen the project as much as possible to reduce daily air emissions, impacts remain significant for the project. DTSC is subject to the requirements of CEQA because it is a public agency that is responsible for carrying out or approving various hazardous waste-related projects that have the potential to impact the environment. As mentioned, these projects include permits, cleanups, regulations, and other types of projects. Next, I'll give you an overview of the Office of Planning and Environmental Analysis and how it implements CEQA within DTSC. The mission of OPEA is to provide technical support to DTSC programs on the requirements of CEQA to ensure projects subject to program approval do not adversely impact human health and the environment. The types of CEQA technical support that we provide includes the items you see listed. We review and approve all CEQA documents prepared by program staff that require a discretionary decision with the potential for an environmental effect. We develop policies, procedures, and guidance related to the scope and content of environmental review conducted by DTSC programs. We provide technical assistance and guidance to programs on projects where DTSC is either the lead or responsible agency. We provide CEQA training and project assistance to programs. We assist in composing responses to CEQA-related public comments. We also assist with the drafting of fact sheets and public notices and serve as the liaison for local, state, and federal agencies for environmental review of DTSC projects. On our SharePoint site, you can view a variety of topics, such as the cultural resource analysis, air analysis, DTSC's initial study workbook, environmental impact report procedures, and many other topics. The resources located within our SharePoint site can answer many of your questions about the CEQA process and how it's handled within DTSC. The next slide shows you a view of OPEA's SharePoint site. Our SharePoint site is located under the Shared Services tab and provides easy access to CEQA and OPEA related information. On our site, you'll also find upcoming training announcements, public notices of CEQA documents, CEQA informational bulletins, policies, and procedures that provide practical information to guide you through the CEQA process, training modules such as the Bay Area Air Quality Management District and Sacramento Metropolitan Air Quality Management District information, CEQA implementation within DTSC, guidance for use of the Class 30 categorical and general rule exemptions with sample documents, and CEQA guidelines and frequently asked questions. To obtain consultation on a project or to inquire about a project, please use an EnviroStore request addressed to Kathy Schiebelbein, Chief, Office of Planning and Environmental Analysis. Submit the work request by clicking on the Schedule Work Request link in the activity you are requesting. In the work request form, select all output levels that apply, and please allow at least 15 working days for completion of your request. Be sure to contact us early to get started on your project consultation. Contacting us early in the process can help keep your project on schedule and avoid delays. You can also contact Kathy by phone or email. Thank you for viewing our presentation today.